Greetings and salutations, my fellow BNI networkers and invited guests. This week, I am thrilled to introduce a true pillar of our community, a Portland native and a master of commercial insurance, the ever warm and engaging Ricky Hayter. Ricky has been a dedicated member of our Northwest Connected 9 for nearly 2 years, enriching our network with his expertise and enthusiasm. He not only excels in providing security and peace of mind to countless clients, but is also deeply passionate about his work. This passion extends into his personal life, where he enjoys the freedom to be an active and engaged parent alongside his amazing wife of 13 years. Together, they are raising two wonderful daughters and recently welcomed a new member to their family, an Italian greyhound named Sparky, who's as speedy as they come. When he's not expertly navigating the complexities of insurance, Ricky is a man of many interests. He's an avid biker and hiker, often found exploring the scenic routes around our beautiful Portland. He's also a fan of the Blazers, backyard hangouts, and game nights, ensuring his family time is full of fun and laughter. But that's not all. Ricky is also the co-host of the number one rated podcast as voted on by members of the Northwest Connected 9 community, Well Connected. On the show, him and his co-host focus on harnessing the power in relationships to build your network and to build your business. Please join me in a warm welcome, a dedicated family man, a wise businessman, and a vital member of our Northwest Business Power Team, Ricky with Vantage Point Risk. Ricky, the floor is yours. I will give you a 2-minute warning.
Man, Thomas, that was awesome. Look at that. Thank you, sir. Well, let's see. Let me share my screen here. We good? Can everybody see my screen there?
I can.
Okay, we're good. So I'm going to talk today a little bit about the strategy of shopping your commercial insurance and finding a good broker. The goal of risk management is not to minimize your premiums, but to minimize the costs. The biggest cost is not the premium paid, but the loss covered. Because again, it's when you get a loss, you're not just paying your deductible. Just like when we talked about $70,000 as the average cost of an auto claim, that's, as Kenny pointed out, loss of jobs that can't get done because somebody can't work or your truck is in the shop, on and on and on. Those soft costs impact your organization more than just the deductible. So having a good risk management strategy along with your broker is key. We're going to explore why managing your insurance is much more than just finding the lowest premiums. It's about strategically protecting your business's financial and reputational health. We're going to uncover common pitfalls in insurance management, introduce our unique risk-focused approach, and discuss how this can not only protect but enhance your business standing. Let's understand the risk. There are short-term savings versus long-term costs. You'll get immediate gratification. Businesses often get tempted by the allure of lower immediate premiums without considering the adequacy of their coverage. This can lead to significant financial exposures when the coverage fails to address all potential risks. Future financial liabilities. Businesses are often faced with unexpected losses that weren't covered under their policy due to inadequate coverage chosen for lower premiums. So if your broker isn't asking a lot of questions about your business to understand it, they're not your broker, they're your insurance salesman. There's a big difference because those uncovered losses can often far exceed the savings from lower premiums, leading to substantial financial strain. The insurer relationships. Insurers value consistency and a deep understanding of your client's risk profile. Businesses that frequently switch carriers, and we've talked about this during previous presentations for lower premiums, they compromise those relationships, which hurts your value in the marketplace. That leads to difficulties negotiating favorable terms in the future. It gives you poor market perception because underwriters track everything, like I talked about in my previous presentation. And if you're quoting all the time, they're not going to be that interested in you. You know, constant shoppers, that makes you high risk, less committed. It makes the carrier less profitable to be able to offer the appropriate pricing and program for your risk. So you're So our approach at Vantage Point are strategic and cost effective. We try to balance both needs. We are risk-based premium optimization. Our risk assessment first strategy is designed not just to ensure adequate coverage, but also to secure the best possible premiums by adequately representing the business's risks to insurers. We maintain consistent comprehensive coverage through strategic relationships with carriers, and we're able to negotiate premiums that are competitive while still making sure you don't have gaps in coverage. And the advantages of this are that we help get better pricing. We're more likely to offer competitor rates to businesses they trust and understand, thanks to detailed and accurate risk assessments provided by our agency. So if your insurance agent isn't taking the time to put together risk assessments with you for your business that are detailed and accurate, then you are most likely leaving something on the table when it comes to your premiums and your coverage. And there's a cost of choosing just shopping to get the lowest rate instead of the best overall package. You know, in your first year, you'll get immediate savings. But in year 2 and 3, when minor claims happen, leads to unexpected out-of-pocket expenses because there's probably gaps in those policies. Then you'll get a major claim that isn't covered because you shopped on price and all you cared about was that price instead of how the policy actually worked for you. And then that leads to higher premiums and unfavorable insurance terms that you're now stuck with for a few years. And it's a mess when when business owners aren't actively working with their insurance broker as a strategy instead of just looking at the cost of the price, the sticker price. So strategically managed insurance with appropriate coverage minimizes long-term costs, controls the premium, and stabilizes your financial planning. So when should you consider a strategic review of your insurance needs? If you're going to expand or make changes, maybe businesses, this is good for you, for everybody here to know what to look for an introduction for me. If a business is expanding or changing, it's time to do a good review. I think that Michael mentioned it about a homeowner today not having it up to hit the cost up to date. It's the same with businesses. It's important to review this stuff, or you may have an old policy that isn't up to date and cover you the way that you should. Maybe people are just frustrated and complain about service or claims increases. If that's the case, find an agent that is going to work with you better. Places that have technology in place where, for certificates, for example, service contractors require a lot of certificates for job sites to get paid. And we have a self-service portal that is, as long as your certificate covers it, you can add anybody that you want in that, and you don't have to wait on us for that to happen. Do it yourself when you need it. If you got concerns about cost and coverage, maybe you're concerned that your renewal was high, or the coverage isn't quite right, or last minute, we're on top of it. And that's not how we work. We have 9-month marketing reviews of how we're going to take your business to the market, the strategy of what we're going to do to sell the risk to the underwriters, and make sure that you stay at the top of the market year after year. Maybe recent incidents or claims. Have you had a few claims? Have you had a big loss that didn't work out the way that you thought you would, or is holding you, or you think keeping you from shopping? Well, with our clients, we do 6-month claims reviews with all of our clients to make sure that it's being closed out appropriately, that everything is fixed appropriately on their end, so that it doesn't have that impact that is so strong at the time when it comes to shop and renew the policy.
2 minutes, Ricky, 2 minutes.
We try to take a proactive, preventative approach to business problems. So, part of my purpose and overview today, when I talked about being well connected and knowing the right, good people, having an agent like working with Vantage Point Risk, we are connected to people here who are able to help our clients be proactive, to help keep their organizations from having insurance problems. For example, Kathleen is one of my first calls and go-tos when I'm building a business, build a risk management program for their business to help keep their insurance costs down and minimize the damage from claims that happen in the future. So I'm Ricky Hayter, and I would love to analyze your business and see how I could help you and how my agency may be a benefit. If you ever have any commercial insurance questions, please reach out. I'm happy to help.